In this video, I want to show you how you can use Claude from within VS Studio. Now, the reason why I prefer it way more than the native Claude app is because it's much easier for me, at least in my opinion, to create workflows that can automate tasks for my business, for my clients. So you can have actual projects, folders in your computer, and for each project you create, you can have your own files, and for everything that you create, you can actually see the logic, and you can read every single file, and you can understand how things are working from within Claude. So to give you an example for how I see the difference between Claude with VS Code and Claude with the native app, so it's a manual copy paste from the editor. You have to switch tabs constantly. You have to apply every change manually. Plus, it's most useful, at least the way I see it, and in my opinion, again, for writing ideas, research, and all that stuff. But when you have a Claude with VS Code, then you can see the entire code base, you can see the files, like I said before, you can stay in the editor because everything lives there, and you can write directly to files that you create and build actual real projects. So let's dive in. So the first thing you gotta do is to download the VS Code. So for that, I'm gonna put the link down in the description. You can download it absolutely for free. Now, once you do that, you will see something that looks like this. So you are within VS Code. Now, in order to integrate Claude, the first thing you gotta do is you have to go here into integrations, and here you have to search for Claude Code. Once you do that, there will be a button here that says install. You do that and you are able to see Claude here and here. So then you can click this icon here so you can open Claude Code from within VS Studio. Then you close these things here as you don't need them, and you have to go to the file right here. Now, the first thing that I do is, first of all, I suggest you create a folder in your desktop, right? And name it, for example, Claude. So I'm gonna do this right now. So I'm gonna go to desktop, folder, let's name it Claude. Okay, it's already taken. So Claude demo. All right, and here I'm gonna open this, and or actually, within this folder, I'll make a new one. Let's call it Research Agent. Okay, and I'm gonna open that. So now we are using VS Code with Claude. All right, within this project. Here you can change the different modes, ask before edits, edit automatically, plan mode, and bypass permissions. I always recommend starting with plan mode. So, and also what you will probably see here is it will not be connected directly in Claude because it will ask you to connect to your account. So if I go here, switch account, this is what you will see when you add the extension with Claude. So here you have to select Claude AI subscription, and then that will get you to connect with your account. Then you will have to copy this code and paste it here. Click continue. And now you should be in your Claude subscription from within VS Studio. So to give you a quick demo, I'll show you how I'm building workflows from VS Code and Claude. So I'm going to prompt it now to build me a workflow. Hi Claude, so I want you to create claude.md file where you will have all the fundamentals for building workflows using the WAT framework. And I'm going to give you after that the workflow that I want you to create. Plus, I want you to create a .env file where you will put all the placeholders for the different APIs that we will be using to create this workflow. So that is like a pretty straightforward instruction. So I will not put plan mode for now. I will do just ask before edits, or in fact, I will do bypass permissions right away. So let's see what it does. So now it will start creating the .emd file. Now, what's interesting is if I go to my desktop and find the folder that I created, you can see here, for example, that is the Research Agent folder. And if I go here, you'll see that nothing is there right now. But once this is completed, then you will see the files being created in that folder. So you created the first file, even though I said it's going to be claude.md, not cloud, and the .env file, everything is there. So we're going to rename this real quick to claude.md. All right, perfect. And here you can see that we can actually read all the markdown with what it created for the instructions. So think about it as instructions for building workflows. So this is what we created here. I'm not going to read this right now. And if I go to the folder, you can see here that we have here the Claude.md file. So whatever we create, we can actually see that in the folder that we have right there. So let's switch to plan mode so we can create an actual workflow. Hey Claude, so I want to create a workflow where every week you are researching online for the latest AI news, specifically for softwares, new things that come out, so I can create more content about these things, and send me this report in a PDF format, or actually scratch that in a text breakdown via email. So you can put you can tell me what you need in terms of like APIs and what access do you need, so I can give you that in the .env file, and we can take it from there. All right, so let's see what it does now. So I want to create this workflow, for example, for a research agent, and let's send that, and let's see what it does. Now, what I like about this one is that the agent can read different files. They can search here in the folder structure that we have, which is another thing that I like about using Claude in VS Studio. Now, if you want to switch to a different project, all you have to do is to go to File, you go Open Folder, and you select the other project that you want to open and keep working on there. So, for example, if I go to the research agent and I open that, then I will see all the files that it has created here, and this is the actual workflow I was building in this tutorial as well. So to show you what will be the actual result, and by the way, here, once you're here, you can open up different tabs for Claude. You can work in two tabs here at the same time, but let me close this for now. So let me show you what the end result would look like creating such a workflow. And I did all of that I built here on the left side, you can see just by talking to it. All right, so I was going to show you how it will look like in the end when you create a workflow like that. Hey Claude, can you run the workflow for the research agent and send me an email with the latest updates in the AI space when it comes to the software updates that we have in the last 7 days? So I'm gonna send that, and let's see what it will do now. So I'm gonna do bypass permissions. I'm gonna send it. So what it should do now is it should read the workflows here that we have, like AI news report. It's probably, yeah, you can see here AI news report. It read the workflow I have created here, and now it will run the past 7 days. So I really like the fact that you can see everything here. By the way, I have given it my brand assets as well, which is my logo, my colors, my background pattern, all that stuff that I have. So the report that I get is on brand, and this specific workflow is sending me an email with a PDF attached with the latest updates. Okay, so it says that it searched for the latest AI news for the past 7 days, and it generated a branded miraculous PDF report and it sent me an email. So let me check my email and see what we got there. So this is the email that I got, as you can see. So we have your AI news digest, your AI news report is attached. So if I open it here, then I can see my branded report here. Let me zoom in a little bit. And we have weekly intelligence brief, March 28th, that is correct. And then we have 10 articles, 10 videos. So I have prompted to give me the latest articles and YouTube videos for the latest updates for the AI space, basically in the softwares. And the reason why I'm saying for softwares is because the first time I prompted it, it gave me news like where like different crimes happen from AI and all that stuff. So I want to be more specific with the tools. So how to use AI for dropshipping in 2026 and featured videos. You can see here Claude Pro versus Codex, different stuff that is happening right now on YouTube. Yeah, so you can see here there's the link also. I can click and I go directly to the link. And there's all that stuff here for the reports. It's pretty good. This is why I like using Claude from within VS Code, because you can see all the files on the left side. You can see the folder structure. And if I go to this file here, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is the folder that I have. They have the research agent, and you can see all the files being created locally in my computer, and I can see all the workflows here and the whole structure of it. So here we have the trigger, we have the brand assets, we have templates, we have workflows, tools, all that stuff you can just create by just prompting it, by talking to it. And for that, by the way, I'm using dictation tool which I'll put also down in the description below, so you can get it if you want to, because there's nothing here that you can dictate to Claude. So yeah, if you found it helpful, give it a like and feel free to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to put all these workflows and transfer them from having them hosted locally to your computer to hosting them in the cloud in a very visual way, which I like so much because I can see every workflow there. I can see the schedules, I can see the runs, I can see everything. Just stick around for when the video comes out, and I'll see you there.